casino and walks along the machines and touches them with her fingers, and then one will speak to her and she'll stop and play, and she wins every time.
I gotta hang out with your mom.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work. She wins and, you lose. Yeah,
okay, perfect.
She'll even touch a machine for me and say, "Oh, there's one," and then I'll just lose. And she's like, "Oh, I'm winning. I don't know why." So
geez.
Some people have the magic.
That's hilarious. Okay, we're gonna move on to the bezel bracelet watch. So it's gold tone or silver tone, and then the face is in a rainbow of beautiful absolute CZs, or you can do the look of white diamonds where they're all clear, and it's up to you. And I'm wearing it with the silver and the rainbow. I love multicolored gemstones. I love that look, and it's beautiful. To me, it looks like sapphires.
They do.
Maybe with like a chrome diopside and sapphires of podparasha and rubies, but this is all a genuine CZs, our absolute brand. So this also has extenders in it, so you can take them out and put them in to make it, fit you. 7 7/8 of an inch. It fits 6 1/4 to 7 1/2 inch wrist, gold tone or silver tone. So let's talk about the details of this watch.
Oh my gosh, I would love to. I'm gonna grab one in my hot little hands. Maybe I'll put my glasses on again so that...
Those are cool glasses, by the way.
Thank you, they're better to see
Amy
with.
went to New York City, Amy Morrison, and she said the shoes there, like the in thing is the clear, like your clear glasses,
clear
that's
shoes,
like the thing.
Clear handbags, like it's amazing what's going on out there right now. Much like this gorgeous timepiece. Now, I'm gonna just give you a quick detail about the timepiece itself. So let's start in the center, which you call a face, I call a dial. People have faces, watches have dials.
Oh, gosh.
There's one for you.
I'm getting schooled today.
You are. This one happens to be mother of pearl.
Genuine, right?
Triple grade A mother of pearl. Very expensive and difficult to do because they are hand cut from shells.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of breakage, and each one is actually individually quite different. Then you see that this is a 3-hand movement, and you see the ticking of the second hand. That's a sign of quality. The movement itself is Japanese, it's very accurate, and comes with a 3-year manufacturer's warranty. And I also love the indices, which in this case are Roman numerals. Those are applied by hand. There is no machine that can do that. You should see it. Little tweezers, a little dot of glue, and a lot of patience to get those on. Now, we talked about the flush scent absolute CZs, simulated diamonds, and the bezel. Smooth as silk. No clawing, no pulling, no touching. Beautiful, and you have that gorgeous look. And I think the carat weight on these, 3.5 carats.
And that's a real mineral crystal too.
Real mineral crystal, so very, very durable and scratch resistant. Then little details like, the knurled crown on the side for setting. Easy to pull out, easy to set. Stainless steel back on the timepiece, which you definitely want to see on a timepiece. It's a sign of quality and protects the movement that's inside. But even things like this 5-piece bracelet is so well articulated that it just hugs the wrist. Like it hugs my finger. Trust me, it'll hug your wrist. And you mentioned on the back, we have these jeweler's clasps. You just pull it with your fingernail like that, and it pops right off. And you get 2 of them so that you can size it yourself at home. You don't have to go to
I have to tell you a funny story about before the show. They gave me one, and I've got smaller wrists, and we were all trying to figure out, okay, do I need that tool that a jeweler has to open it up? And then Ben, who's here that helps me backstage, he's like, no, he just like, or do I give credit to Rosa? Just took one of the links out and goes, oh, it's sized for you, Helen. It's perfectly sized. I was like, oh, did you have one of those little screwdrivers that you do the jeweler? No, they were extenders, so they just pop right out.
We call that a jeweler's clasp, and I started doing these here 4 or 5 years ago, because who wants to go to the jewelry store to get your watch size? It's just so easy to do, and then once you've done it, it's done. And if you give the watch away, you still have them. You can make it bigger again if you need to, but it's just easy. Even with acrylic nails, you could do this.
So my grandmother's generation, she had one watch her whole life. Nowadays, watches are like, tops. Or earrings. People have multiple watches for multiple outfits. I mean, I know some, I think men maybe collected watches before women do, but women have like huge watch collections now.
Well, they do, and I think what each of us realize with the advent of the cell phone, nobody needs a timepiece anymore. You look at your phone, right? That's how you tell the time. So what does the timepiece do? Well, the timepiece says something about you. It says something about your taste, your style. In this case, it says, look at this beautiful rainbows of absolute simulated diamond. Absolutely gorgeous, every color of the rainbow. You think about the promise that God made man when he gave the rainbow to Noah at the end of the flood. He said, I'll never do this again. And that was the first rainbow. And when I look at this rainbow, gorgeous display on the bezel, it takes me back to the first rainbow that was ever recorded in history. And you think to yourself, wow, rainbows really are special. In jewelry, the trend is crazy. And every woman I've asked, I said, why the rainbow jewelry? Why are you loving it? We're seeing it in fashion, we're seeing it on the runways, and we're seeing it at the very high end. I said, why? Everybody says the same thing. I don't have it, and it goes with everything I have.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So let's say you're wearing, today you're wearing a morganite ring. This matches it. Let's say tomorrow you're wearing tanzanite. This matches it.
You know, that's 100% true. Yeah. Colleen did a Today special of an earring that came in all you know, a bunch of solids of all gemstones, and she did one of them that was rainbow colored. And that's the one I bought, and I wear it all the time. I'm obsessed. I love it. And anytime I see the rainbow color like this, I'm just obsessed with it, because there's something to me very like optimistic about it. And I think it's beautiful. I love colored gemstones. I love the color. I just think it's amazing.
And I think most of us don't have.
Yeah, I don't have a watch. I've never seen a rainbow bezel or around.
It's the first one that we've ever done.
Yeah. This is really the first one we've ever done. It's amazing. You guys are going to love this.
Perfect 5-star reviews already. And I think it's been live for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is
hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
Yeah.
I like the idea of getting watches off the press.
So a lot of you are already asking about the earrings that I'm wearing.